Retro Car Guy 530 LLC presents the Chevrolet SSR Tech Session discussions that took place in San Jose, California on Saturday, August 25th, 2018. The main presenter for this Tech Session discussion was Dick Belleville, also known as Dictator on the SSRfanatic.com website. All opinions expressed in this video are made by the person that makes them, and they are not necessarily the opinions of Retro Car Guy 530 LLC. In this video's description below the video, you'll find that there are links to the various topics within this video, and there will also be a link to Dick Belleville's Microsoft OneDrive Chevy SSR Tech Library, a wealth of information that you should check out if you're an SSR owner. You are advised to review all documentation supplied with any part obtained for your vehicle. Make sure you clearly understand the installation instructions and follow them carefully. Please review the automotive information, repair, and modification guidelines on this screen. Seek the advice of a repair professional if you're unsure how to perform any repair or modification safely and correctly. All repairs and modifications are performed at your own risk.
Things now to explain the Trailblazer crossmember where they only put a single bar. Why they did that, I have no idea, because the frame is already pre-drilled for that Trailblazer crossmember.
Makes up for that four pounds with the clutch.
Yeah, yeah. So what happens is the crossmember, the reason they put it on is to stabilize the roof, because your roof is monitored by a clock with the RDM, the roof door module. Actually times every cycle. And so if your car is on uneven ground and puts a little drag on your hinges, then the time cycle, and it'll go time out on your CID because it's dragging on one side or it won't operate. Put on the Trailblazer crossmember and straighten up your frame so that, because a single bar, your frame will, but with 4 bolts, it can't move, so I'll stabilize it. You'll see a big difference in your handling because it stiffens up your frame. I had a dealer call me. He said, the guy brings it in, his roof won't work. We run it, it runs fine. I said, has it got a bar or a Trailblazer? He says, it's got a bar. Put a Trailblazer on, charge him for it. The guy went home, you never heard from him again. It works fine. Well, you know, it works fine.
You do what you got to do.
Do what you got, do what you got to do. Right there, windshield trim repair. It's on the side of it. Well, that's my truck again. That's a silver one. And that's a silver one.
Yeah, it's got an awful lot of black on it to be silver.
Yeah, I know that. And what happens is you only got these 2 push pins and the one in the top that holds this on. Plus, you use Velcro.
He's a better Velcro doesn't always stick.
And it's underneath. The pin is underneath on the top.
Can you reuse those pins once you pop them out?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I don't normally, but yes, you can.
Well, some of the pins, if you buy them from Chevrolet, they're unbelievably overpriced.
Yes.
Well, it's called gotcha.
$4.95.
Oh, no.
So I took mine off and I added some additional strips of Velcro.
$14
Because if you're driving down the road and that thing's out there flopping and it goes,
They're different
then you'll be
like 6 of them.
trying to find them. Because they only put a couple of them on. And I added some more. And I put new push pins in to make sure it was in there tight so that it won't come out.
So basically what you're telling us is that when we take something apart, we can look to see how they put it together. You try to make it better. And just, a lot of it is using common sense and things that you know and put it together and make it better.
Being on the farm, I didn't want to take it apart again.
Yeah.
They have some
Chase it down the road. So anyway, these are those inside air vents.
Yeah.
And they picked this very cheap. Go to the next one. I think it's better. need a very cheap cost. This is supposed to keep all the noise and dirt out of your roof compartment. Well, that don't work with a chip. So now GM come up with a fix in '05 that you could buy these pads to put in there to keep the noise out.
Oh, too bad.
Which I did. That's $40. Okay, and I said, damn, being parsimonious. I'll explain that to you. You just cut it 4x6 ceramic sponge, which won't hold water. Cut it in half. You got $1.96. You know, a little silicone cup. Put it in the back. If you're looking for wind noise and you're worried about your car, get your ruler and make sure that this roof cover is coming down flush with the door. Because if you don't, if that's raised, it'll. And make sure you clean all these seals, and I use that silicone. I didn't bring any of this material with me,
That is so cool.
but that works.
Yeah.
We
We did that
That's that round. That's
Maggie Valley?
Yes, it's round. Yeah, I brought some, right? Maggie
Yeah.
Valley? Yeah. Okay, go ahead. That will seal you. What happens is, basically, go ahead, Lance. You can let them look at it. I just ran a piece of electrical wire, 14 gauge, whatever it is, across, and hooked the rubber. I think it's got the dimension on it. What is it, 5/16 or whatever? Your seal is hollow, and over the 12, 14 years old, it's collapsed, or let's say not as resilient. Then I spray WD-40 or silicone in there and pull that through to the other side and snip it off, and I bring it back to the corner because there's a drain over here. See, it's just in a roll. Let's see, David, did I have the number on there? See, there's a hole in there. You can slide it right through the hole.
Yeah.
So I use a wire to drive it through and do the front and the front wire on the windshield. And I also did the back one, but we were trying to eliminate wind noise. And here's all the,
316.
yeah, all of this stuff is on.
Drinking straw. They outlawed those in California.
Yeah.
Have to get it from Florida.
They're,
To make it run the sparks or something.
go ahead, Lance. Is that the end? See, and you can go through here on the back if you want to, because that's where the roof nozzle comes out. And I always go to the extremes and do them all. But we're checking for, you use a dollar bill and pull it out and make sure it's sealed.
And we only do that if we have an issue with the wind seeping through there.
Well, it doesn't hurt to reinforce that seal, particularly the one over the windshield and one between the two windows, because those are exposed to a lot of sun.
And the seal between the front panel and the rear panel, I found it's not watertight necessarily, because every one of the 4 SSRs I've had some water intrusion, be it straight on the passenger's head or there's some double-sided tape.
That's where you need that.
No, that's the adjustment.
No. Well, the issue I had, the adjustment was fine. It's just whatever water did get in around the lip. The double-sided tape was the water barrier, and the double-sided tape did not run from side to side. There were gaps in it, so I ended up pulling the seal down and putting some silicone sealant from side to side, and that's fixed every one of them. It's not that issue. Actually, all 4 of them have had that issue.
I think you can get that from there. Seals. They have or make seals for automobiles. And the SSR is one of them. Yes. Best pop on his son. This is, that door stop works on other cars. Hard rivers and. Okay, see the shoulder on that?
Yeah,
Well, you can't drive it out. It's flanged in there. Go ahead.
okay.
And what I do is I've got a longer bolt that'll fit with a lock
Right.
on it. I got some with me. You just take the bracket off the door. Because what they did was they made the pin that goes down there doesn't go all the way through the bracket. It only goes down to the bottom part of the bracket. So as it wears, the pin starts to slide back and forth in the bracket. And when you open your truck door, it goes click, 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 click.
That's what happens when you use a Zuzu part in an SSR.
There you go. So you grind off the bottom
Okay.
pin, see, until it's flush.
See, and
Now you can just pull the pin up and
Right.
it'll come right out.
somehow I go back one picture, I thought I was looking at the top.
No,
I thought there I was looking down on it.
no,
You were looking at
That's
And I'm
the
looking
bottom.
up at it. Yeah, I see it now.
yeah, okay,
Now it makes sense.
yeah, go ahead. You know, I had to figure this all out by myself.
Yeah, I know. Well, I was trying to follow directions
Yeah,
from memory.
so then you just leave that, take the bracket, punch the pin out.
Yeah.
Drill it out so it's the same size on both ends, and make sure you don't elongate it any bigger than the hole, you know. Then you
I
can
didn't
put
bring my
this
drill
piece all the
bits.
way through. Well, we need a drill bit, but I can show you how to do it.
Yeah,
And then you want to, with a 3/8 drill, just trade, that's rubber. So you just want to go down and up,
Yeah.
don't stay in there.
Don't be rounding
Right.
it out.
And then I paint the,
so it doesn't rust.
drill, so it doesn't rust. You put it back in,
You put the shoulder bolt in.
put the strip, now it goes all the way down, so
Right.
it can't do the clip clip.
Yep.
And then I put a lock nut on it, and then I put after you tighten it up, of course you don't want to tighten it too tight, but you know, have to snug it up. And then I put one of those chrome caps on it, on the top that fits the 3/8, so that it looks good. Dealer cost $47. I think my little thing there is about $5 or
$5, yeah.
something. Well, you
I think
gotta,
that's what I paid for.
yeah, you gotta do the shoulder, cause you gotta have shoulder. over there.
Yep.
And I had one that wasn't because of that particular reason, but the plastic rubber cracked. There was a crack all the way through it, so
Yeah,
unfortunately that wasn't
yeah,
going to solve it. I had to replace it.
you can still, yeah. Gonna have a window rattle problem.
Yeah.
You're gonna have a window rattle problem, at least I did. And I added a few more bow ties to mine, but, yeah, I got a shirt on.
Thank you.
Yeah, I know.
Thanks, Kathy.
I was a little heavier then. I lost 25 pounds when I had my open heart surgery, but I don't recommend that as a weight loss program.
No.
Oh, you had to cut
So
a
what
hole
you
in
got,
the fat mat.
This is how you take your window off.
You cut a hole in the fat mat.
This is
the rust.
this is an adjustment. This is an adjustment for your window. Okay?
You mean that's not just a screw?
Nope.
That's an
Well,
offset.
it is. It's an offset.
It's an offset.
I didn't see that.
Look, it's got a little slide.
Well, your
No,
windows,
no, the one
windows,
above it.
you know,
That
you,
one.
Oh,
you can
okay.
get a problem where your windows don't go up into the, you know,
Right,
into
into
the,
The track.
Where the semi-general pushes it out.
yeah, where it goes into the seals.
Yeah.
Well, there's adjustments on the door for that. Down at the bottom, adjust for in and out, and these just for sliding forward and backward.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, I'm just showing you where they are. Go ahead, Lance. Here's the glass. Don't break it, just lift it off the regulator.
Oh.
It just screws onto the regulator. Okay. In fact, Dimmitt Chevrolet sent me one of these. The window and the parts, and they said they didn't know how to fix it, so they fixed it. Serious.
Good thing they have resources nearby.
Do we have a badge and a set of those blue Mr. Good wrenches?
I do clusters for them on the SSR. The damn thing doesn't work. Code dictated. The parts, man. His name slips my mind right now. He said anybody calls SSR, I refer them to you. Now there's a bolt that holds this on the front that holds this rubber part. Holds this rubber part on. It's on this end. It just slides out. Go ahead, Lance.
Yes, he's right in front of the mirror.
Go ahead, Lance.
Okay, there's the mirror then.
Don't
It's
bend
hard to
it.
see among all the rust.
Yeah. It's a reflection from that. So this piece comes off. Go ahead and see it, and you can see how it goes to the door. And then I stripped it all. You need a razor blade and a lot of patience. Make sure you don't have any sand in your seals, particularly around the roof at the back and stuff. You get sand in there, that's sandpaper, and guess what? You can't get another
So
seal.
much for doing birding. Yeah.
Good. You can't get another seal, so keep those clean. I use adhesive promoter. Buy Velcro. Now that
You see, he does have it all in Velcro.
Lowe's or whatever, use the soft part, 3/4
For the
inch.
moleskin.
Wait, that last picture said you use Velcro and something else. The picture before this one.
Well, we used to use that
Moleskin.
moleskin, but I found this lasts a lot better.
Oh, that's better than
No, it says the
moleskin.
plant, new
Velcro is
moleskin.
better than the moleskin,
Oh crap,
The
I bought
last one.
moleskin.
yeah. What?
I bought moleskin for mine.
Well, I had moleskin on mine too until we discovered something that I think is better. I mean, you know, what I'm bringing to you is what I did or do.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean it's the right way, the only way. You can do any damn thing you want. It's your SSR. I had a guy that he owns a body shop, and he just pretty much worked for himself. And he got a yellow SSR that had been damaged. He was repairing it, got it all back together, and he said to me, "What do you think it's worth?" And I said, "Oh, well, I don't know, probably about 22." He said, "Well, I'm going to put different rims on it." I said, "Okay, now it's worth 20."
I love that. I was going to say the same thing.
And I'm going to put a new radio system. Okay, now it's worth 18.
Yeah.
The point being I'm trying to make is you own a collector. Bill Davis, who is on page 45 in the American Revolution book. You should get one if you can find
I've got
one
but I don't
Amazon.
have page numbers memorized.
Oh, well, anyway, Bill Davis was the design engineer on the SSR. We're at a Fantasy of Flight place and we were having a show. We had about 20 SSRs there. And this is back in 2009 or 10. And he comes walking up. We don't know him from that. He comes walking up and he says, "It's nice to see so many SSR." That's that slide protection. And we said, "Yeah, who the hell are you?" He said, "Well, I just retired out of GM as a design engineer. My last project was the SSR. We were like kids listening to fairy tales. You know, we all gathered around him and we're asking questions about it. And one of the questions we asked him right away, and was back in that era, how come it was so much?
Yeah.
So expensive. List was 41,000, you know. He said, "You guys know what you have?" And we go, he says, "The next hardtop convertible is the Mercedes at $80,000. If we'd have put a rag top on it, would you have bought it?" So we had him and his wife at our Florida annual rally, and he gave an hour speech. And a lot of the things that should have been done better was because the damn bean company. Oh no, they come down. No, you can't do that. Can't do this. You know, can't do that. So, but he goes to surprisingly he goes to my tech rallies where I'm talking about technical stuff. And one of the thrills I got was my phone rang about a year ago. "Hey Dick," I said, "Yeah," and I got Bill Davis on my phone, and I need a ship cable repair kit. Oh, okay. But I was thrilled that he called me.
Yeah.
So he's been to my house. He's watched us working on the SSRs, and he emphasizes is I don't know how to fix a thing.
He's honest.
All
He's
I
an
did
honest
was
guy.
design it.
Yeah.
We've reached the end of this body and frame video. Please check out the other videos that came from the same tech session by looking at the playlist Chevy SSR Tech Session, August 25th, 2018. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up button. If you're stopping by the channel for the first time and you want to, please subscribe. Click that bell icon to get notified when I upload new videos. Please follow Retro Car Guy 530 on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Thanks for taking the time to visit the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.